be doing with Reese is a muscular endurance test. So this is a field test that's going to test his muscular endurance and capability, and he did decide on doing the max push-up test. So what we're going to do is we're going to do push-ups. So we have a range of scores. I'm not going to tell them to you yet, but you're going to do standard push-up. You're going to start in the down position. Your fingers are going to be forward. Your shoulders are going to be over your wrist. You need to have your back straight, and you need to keep your head forward, so no tucking and no excessive extension of your neck. And then when you are ready, you're going to go. You do need to keep your back straight, head forward, body in line. And whenever you're ready to begin, you are able to begin.
Okay.
Good. And I am counting, so just go until you feel like you can't anymore. Good position. You got it. There's no right number, so whenever you need to stop, that's okay. Good. Okay, great job. So I'm going to analyze your results. I'm going to put that on the table, and then we're going to sit down and talk about why we did this, the results that we saw, and we're going to compare it to the norm values. And then we're also going to talk about one more test that you could have done. Alrighty, so I have the ACM table pulled out for our normative values. So Reese, for the age category of 15 to 19, you are 19 years old, about to be 20, you got 18 push-ups. So 18 is the fair category. So what this means is that your muscular endurance is great. Don't get me wrong, it's very good, but there is room for improvement, which everyone has room for improvement. So that's just good for us to note. That knows like what we need to work on. We can see if there's any issues that may have caused that, and we can start a program that's going to increase your muscular endurance. So 18 push-ups just means that your upper muscular endurance is on the fair category. So in an exercise program, we would necessarily work on upper body endurance and strength to see if we have any scapular issues, any front issues. Reese does have a medical history of upper chest issues that may cause his endurance and his strength because of resistance and just because of muscle strain. So this could play a huge factor into that. There's nothing to be worried. It's totally normal. And now we're going to talk about, I also wanted to mention some of the exercise prescription safety or functional independence. So the reason why upper muscular endurance is important is if you're closing your door, if you're opening your car door, because for the older population, sometimes that gets a little bit harder. So having that good endurance is good. Being able to push up out of your chair or lower yourself down into your chair is great. Being able to push your opponent off the mat or any type of physical activity of pushing you up off the ground, say you fell or you're just down on the ground, any type of thing that's great for your functional independence. And as far as exercise programming, the results of this test does allow us to take that data and implement it into a program that would be uniquely made. Another test that we could have done today is the counter movement vertical jump test, which is a measurement of muscular power. So the reason why I did not do this test to you is because first off, we don't have any athletic shoes on today. So just for the risk of twisting your ankle or landing wrong, I didn't want to do any movement that could increase the risk of injury. You also were doing a balance test earlier, and that has a lot of like full body, lower body elements. So I just wanted to test your upper body as well, since we already did that posture and balance control earlier. But if you were to perform this test, it would be great for your muscular power. So to see how quick you can get off the ground, how well you land, how high you can jump. So what you would do is we could either have our measurement equipment, or you could get a piece of chalk like on your hand, and you would start standing. You don't get any running, and you would reach your hand, non-dominant hand up, jump as high as you can, mark the wall with the chalk, and we would measure that, and then we would compare that to the other data tables that we test that you could do is the static hand grip strength test. So I personally love this test. I do it all the time just to see, but you have our hand grip measuring equipment. What you do is you have it out here, you squeeze it as hard as you can and measure it, and you do it twice on each hand. It just measures the strength of your grip. And there are other strength tests that we could do. Again, that wasn't on our calendar today. So if you wanted to come back in and schedule them, we could totally do that. But we just wanted to do our endurance and our balance and balance today. So overall, that is all of our procedures. And if you have any questions, I will be writing a little bit of like a paper about all of the procedures and how they qualified you and other type of populations. So if you ever want that, just let me know.